the excretory products and their elimination. What is the name? Excretory products and their elimination. What is the meaning of excretory products and their elimination? Animals more accumulated ammonia, urea, uric acid, carbon dioxide, water and ions like sodium, potassium, chlorine, phosphate, sulfate, either by the metabolic activities by the metabolic activities by the excessive ingestion. Excessive ingestion. Coming to the scene here. It is your gut. It is your gut. Gut means elementary canal. The food is passes into the elementary canal. The food is passes into the elementary canal. This food is break down into the small simple molecules. The food is break down into the small simple molecules. These simple molecules are passed into the blood capillaries. These simple molecules are passed into the blood capillaries. The simple molecules, the complex molecules are converted into the simple molecules. These simple molecules are entered into the blood capillaries. Through the blood capillaries, they reaches into the different types of the cells and organs and tissues. Okay, different types of tissues and organs. These indicate tissues. In these materials, simple molecules are passed into the tissues. These simple molecules are passed into the tissues. The tissues utilize these food materials. After that, they release to the waste material. They release to the waste materials like ammonia, urea, uric acid, carbon dioxide. These entirely materials are eliminated from the body with the help of one important excretory system. With the help of kidneys, with the help of cleaning of this all material from the blood capillaries to the they reaches into the kidney tubules or renal tubules. The renal tubules are eliminated from this ammonia, urea, uric acid, carbon dioxide. These materials are once they are accumulated in our body, it causes to the toxic to the in our body cells. That's why finally they release to the eliminate from the in our body. Then excessive ingestion, the waste material, undigested food, undigested food, they go to the undigested food, they reaches into the rectum to the anus to the outside the body is known as a excessive ingestion. They are not utilized for in our body. The materials are passed into the here. The absorbed materials are entered into the blood capillaries. Blood capillaries to they reaches into the each and every body of the cell. To the body of the cell. Okay, now coming to these substances are removed totally or partially. Okay, now in this chapter you will learn about the mechanism of elimination of the special mechanisms. Okay, common nitrogen waste. What is the common nitrogen waste? Based on the toxic material, they divide into the ammonia, urea, uric acid are the major nitrogen waste. Are the major nitrogen waste. Are the form of major nitrogen waste from the eliminated. More toxic is the ammonia. What is the first one? Ammonia is the more toxic. After that, urea is the moderate toxic. Most toxic. Ammonia, moderate toxic, urea, uric acid is the less toxic. Uric acid is the less toxic. Based on the toxic, they divide into the ammonia is the more toxic, urea is the second moderate toxic, uric acid is the less toxic. Okay, see now. Ammonia is the most toxic form, require large amount of water is required for the elimination of that. It is more toxic, that is why required for the more amount of water, whereas the uric acid is the least toxic, can remove minimum loss of the water. Coming to the process of excreting ammonia is known as a ammonotalism. Those animals they will excrete is known as a ammonotelic. Bony fishes What is it? Bony fishes, aquatic amphibians, aquatic insect, they are eliminated to the ammonia. They are eliminated to the ammonia. See, the process of elimination, the process of removal of the ammonia is known as a ammonitism. Those animals are eliminated to this ammonia is known as a, what is the example for the ammonitism? Bony fishes, next one aquatic amphibians, next one aquatic insects. These are the under the category of the ammonitism in the nature. Coming to the next one, ammonia as it readily soluble, easily soluble, is generally excreted diffusion across the body surface through the gill surface of the fishes. The fishes contain gills. With the help of gills, the elimination of the ammonia, and also kidneys do not play any significant role in the removal of the in the case of fishes, the fishes eliminate to the with the help of gills, they are eliminated to the ammonia. What is the example for the this bony fishes? Next one, aquatic amphibians. Next one, aquatic insects. It is the example, very important for the examination. Very important for the examination. See now, coming to the next one, it is known as a terrestrial. The terrestrial adaptation means land animals necessarily produce to be less toxic, that is known as like urea and uric acid. They store the conservation of water. Otherwise, they are also eliminated more amount of urea means because of more amount of water into the outside the body. For example, aquatic animals, they only survive in the water. The elimination to the more ammonia, nothing will happen to their bodies because more amount of water is there. But here, terrestrial animals, they store the water for the requirement for the metabolic activities. Okay, now coming to the next one, mammals and many terrestrial amphibians and marine fishes may be excreted. See now, bony fishes are excreted to the ammonia, but the marine fishes, like marine fishes are the, it is ureotelic animals. Ammonia produced to the metabolism converted to the urea in the form of animals. The ammonia production, ammonia produced metabolism converted into the urea in the liver. You can take in the liver, the liver contain many hepatocyte cells. Each cell contain mitochondria. In the mitochondrial matrix, ammonia plus, what is the reaction? Ammonia plus carbon dioxide, it will give rise to the urea. Okay, this reaction, urea formation takes place in the liver. Urea formation takes place in the liver, but elimination of the urea, kidney. Okay, now the formation of the urea takes place in the liver. Urea formation takes place in the liver, but the elimination of this ammonia, this elimination of the urea, ammonia, hydrogen, potassium, everything is eliminated only with the help of kidneys. Released into the body and filtered, excreted by the kidneys. See, now urea formation takes place in the liver, but the elimination, kidney. Some amount of urea may be retained in the kidney matrix. Some animals desire that they maintain the osmolarity. They maintain the concentration balance. That is the requirement for this one. Reptiles, birds, land snails, insect, nitrogen waste, they will produce to the uric acid. The uric acid in the form of crystals. What is the examples? Reptiles, birds, land snails, and insect, cockroach, mosquitoes. These all are arthropod insects. They release to the, what is the humans? That is the pellets or paste. The loss of it is the uricotelic animals. Uricotelic animals, it is the example. Uricotelic animals. Uricotelic animals. The animals are based on the toxic nature. They releases to the elimination of the nitrogen waste. The animals are classified into the three types. First one is known as the ammoniotelic. The second one is known as the ureotelic. The third one is known as the uricotelic. Ammoniotelic is the most toxic. That's why the elimination of the water is required is more. Okay, now medium moderate toxic is known as the ureotelic. Okay, now those animals are elimination. Excretion of the urine is known as the ureotelic. Uricotelic means those animals are removal of the uric acid in the form of crystal, in the form of pellets, in the form of paste. Okay, that is known as the uricotelic animals. The first one more toxic, ammonia. The second toxic, medium moderate toxic, urea. Uric acid is the less toxic. Okay, coming to the survival of the animal kingdom. See now, a survivor of the animal kingdom, variety of the excretory systems are can exist. For example, invertebrata to the vertebrata, different types of excretory organs are originated according to the evolution, according to the origin of life. Different animals consist of different excretory systems. Coming to the scene, in the most of the invertebrates, what is invertebrates? These structures are simply tubular forms, whereas the vertebrata is it consists of the kidneys. Invertebrates means tubular structures. In the case of human beings, vertebrate means fishes, amphibians, reptiles, ales, birds, and mammals. These are kinds of the complex is known as a kidney. Some of this structure is called as mentioned here protonephridia, also known as a flame cells. What is that? Flame cells. The excretory is known as a platyhelminthes. Now the platyhelminthes consists of the excretory organ is known as a name itself is known as platyhelminthes or flatworms consists of the flame cells. What is the example? Planaria. What is example? Planaria. Okay, and also rotiferous also. The rotiferous also consists of the this is nothing but protonephridia or flame cells. Some annelida and cephalochordata and amphioxis. The amphioxis, it is under the category of the vertebrata animals. That is protonephridia are primarily connected with ionic and it maintain the osmoregulation. What is the meaning of the osmoregulation? To maintain the ionic and fluid volume balance of the body. That is nothing but osmoregulation. The cephalochordata and annelida, amphioxis. What is the material? Protonephridia. What is protonephridia? Platyhelminthes, that consists of the flame cells. Example, planaria. Next one, annelida and cephalochordata. Example, amphioxis. This consists of the protonephridia. What is the main function? Osmoregulation. What is osmoregulation? Coming to the next one, nephridia. That is the earthworm. What is nephridia? It is an tubular structure known as the earthworm. It consists of the annelida. Annelida example, earthworm. What is earthworm? Nephridia helps in the removal of the maintenance of the ionic balance in the inside the earthworms. They maintain the balance. Coming to the next one, malfusion tubular structures of the most of the insect. That is the arthropoda. In the arthropoda, the excretory organs malfusion tubules. Based on the evolution, based on the origin of life, first one the invertebrate, that is consists of the what is the first survival of the animal kingdom. The present invertebrate consists of the tubular structures. Vertebrate consists of the complex, nothing but kidneys. The first one invertebrate, the first invertebrate, nothing but that is the flame cells. It is flame cells. It consists of the planaria or also known as a protonephria. Not only planaria, rotiferous, some annelidas, cephalochordates, amphioxis, protonephridia. These are the primary concentrated. They maintain the ionic and water balance. They maintain the ionic balance. There is nothing but osmoregulation. Second one, nephridia. This nephridia tubular structure present in the annelida and that is the example for the annelida, earthworms, and also nephridia removal of the waste material from their body. They maintain the balance. Coming to the next one, malfusion tubules. These are the excretory organs present in the insect. Next one, in a cockroach. That is example for the malfusion tubule consists of the insect category. The malfusion tubules are the removal of nitrogen waste. It maintains the osmoregulation. Antennae glands are green glands. The excretory functions of the prawn. What is the glands? These glands are originated from these glands, antennal glands. These glands are located in the nearer to the antenna. These glands looks like a green in color. That's what they indicate. Antenna glands and green glands. Where it is located? Prawns. What is the example for the prawns? Crustaceans classes. Coming to the next one, human excretory system. The human excretory system. The blood passes into the blood passes into the renal arteries. The blood passes into the renal artery. The waste blood is enter into the the blood is enter into the renal veins. The blood is enter into the renal veins. The blood passes into the renal arteries. The blood is the waste blood is enter into the kidneys to the renal veins. This is the direction for this one. The blood is entered. See, the human excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys. One pair of the kidneys. One pair of the ureter. One pair of the ureter. One pair of the kidneys. Second is known as one pair of ureter. Next one. A urinary bladder means not a one pair, single one. This is the next one, single. What is only single, not a urinary bladder means only single. Next one, urethra also. A means urethra also only single also. Urethra also there. Kidney is the reddish brown color. What is the color of the kidneys? The kidneys are the reddish brown color. What is the shape? Bean shape. Bean shape structure situated between the level of the last thoracic of the third lumbar vertebrae close to the dorsal inner wall of the abdominal cavity. It is located in the last thoracic region. See, the last thoracic region. Last thoracic third lumbar region. What is it? Last thoracic third lumbar region. Last thoracic first, second, third lumbar region. Last thoracic and third lumbar region. Last one, it is located in the dorsal wall of the backside. Dorsal means backside of the inner wall of the abdominal, not a ventral side. Backside of the dorsal side, backside of the abdominal cavity. Each kidney, what is the human height of kidneys? 10 to 12 centimeters. Okay, in the length, 5 to 7 centimeters, with 2 to 3 centimeters thickness, with the average weight 120 to the 170 grams is the average weight. Average weight of the kidneys. Coming to towards the center of the inner cinema. Towards the center of the inner concave surface kidney, notch is called as the ileum. Towards the center, this place, it is towards the center of the concave, inner concave surface. It is the kidney means it is a convex. What is convex? It is indicate concave surface. What is concave surface? In the concave surface, this area is known as a ileum. It is ileum, or it is also known as a hilus. What is ileum or hilus? Through which ureter, blood vessels, nerves are entered. See, the blood vessels are entered. The blood vessels are enter, ureter, they will exist into the outside. Neurons also enter in this place only. The blood vessels are enter, neurons are enter. Ureter pass into the outside that place only. Outside that place, that area through the which ureter, blood vessels and nerves are enter. Inner to the ileum, broad funnel shaped space is called as a renal pelvis with respect to the calyxes, inner side. This area is known as a ileum, inner side. This area is known as a pelvis. What is inner side? Inner side of the ileum is known as it is a ileum. Inner side consists of the pelvis, renal pelvis. The outer layer of the kidney, it is a tough capsule. Outer layer of the kidney. This one, outer layer of the kidneys. Outer layer of the it consists of the tough capsule. Outer layer of the kidney consists of the outer layer. Outer layer is the outer layer. Inner side of the layer, it consists of the medulla region. Inner layer is medulla region. There are two zones. How many zones? Two zones. The kidney consists of the two zones. The kidney consists of the two zones. What is the kidney consists of the two zones? See, there are two zones. Outer is nothing but cortex. This area, it is nothing but cortex. Inner side, it is consists of the medulla. inner side is medulla. It is divided into the conical mass pyramids, nothing but calyx. The extended into the calyx is extended into the medulla is known as a synonym. Synonym. It is nothing but outer layer of the kidney, the inner layer of the kidney, inner layer of the kidney. This outer connected to this area is nothing but cortex. The outer zone is known as a cortex. The medulla region again divided into the medullary pyramids. Medullary pyramids. This cortex region extended into the this is the cortex region extended into the medullary region is known as a column of the Bettini. What is it? Bettini is nothing but name of the scientist. Bettini is nothing but name of the scientist. See, the cortex region. It is the cortex region extended into the medullary region. This region is known as columna Bettini. The cortex region extended into the renal columns. That is nothing but a column of Bettini. The renal artery. Blood is pass. Renal vein. The blood is filtration. Ureter outside passes. Renal pelvis. Renal pelvis to that is this area is known as the ileum or ileus. Ileus. Pyramids are medullary pyramids. Each kidney. How many millions? This is how many nephrons? This indicate. See now, this will indicate nephrons. This will indicate nephrons. How many nephrons? 1 million nephrons. Which are function unit of each nephron is consist of the glomeruli and renal tubules. Each nephron is consist of the glomeruli and each nephron consists of the glomeruli and the glomeruli and each nephron consists of glomeruli and renal tubules. Glomeruli is the tuft. Each nephron, see now, each nephron it is consists of the glomeruli. Each nephron consists of the glomeruli and the tuft of the capillaries formed by the efferent arterioles. Efferent arterioles. The fine branch of the renal artery, blood from the glomeruli is carried by the area of the efferent arterioles. Efferent arterioles. Synonym. The renal tubules. Renal tubules is begin to the double walled is known as a Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule, which enclosed to the it is consists of the glomeruli along with Bowman's capsule is known as a Malphizian body. Glomeruli and Malphizian body corpus. The tubule of the connected further into the proximal convoluted tubules. Proximal convoluted tubules. I will show. See now, it is indicate Bowman's capsule. 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 Cup shape Bowman's capsule. The Bowman's capsule consists of the that is known as the afferent arteriole. This afferent arteriole it is originated from the heart. The afferent arterioles originated from the heart. This afferent arterioles reaches into the Bowman's capsule. This afferent arterioles are modified into the blood capillary is known as the glomeruli. This glomeruli again they are divided into the efferent arterioles. See the heart is gives rise to the afferent arterioles. This afferent arterioles reaches into the Bowman's capsule. It will give rise to the glomeruli. This glomeruli away from the glomeruli, the formation of the efferent arterioles. Efferent arterioles. This Bowman's capsule plus glomeruli. Bowman's capsule plus glomeruli. It is known as a Malphizian body. Okay, Malphizian body. The Bowman's capsule and glomeruli, they are indicated Malphizian body. Next one, proximal convoluted tubule, PCT. What is the second one? PCT. Okay, this one PCT now. PCT. The next one, descending loop of the end is descending loop of end is next one, ascending loop of the end is nothing but end is loop. What is the shape of the end is loop? U shape. What is the shape? U shape. What is the shape of the end is loop? U shape. The U shape is surrounded to the, it consists of the vasa recta blood capillaries. What is it? Vasa recta blood capillaries. This one again open into the DCT. What is it? DCT. Loop of end is third one. Fourth one is the distal convoluted tubules. Next one collecting duct. Many distal convoluted tubules are open into the collecting duct. Open into the collecting duct. The hairpin. What is the hairpin? That is the hairpin is known as a helix loop or U shape. The next part of tubular part is called as the descending limb and ascending limb. Next one, ascending limb contains another ID called is nothing but DCT. The DCT is many nephrons are open into the straight tube is known as the collecting duct. Many of which open into the renal pelvis to the renal calyx to the ureter to the urinary bladder to the urethra to the outside the body. Outside the body, they are open into the cinema. Coming to the next one, malfusion corpuscles. Cinema, malfusion corpuscles. This indicate afferent. It is indicate afferent arterial. It is indicate afferent arterial. It is indicate glomeruli. Afferent arterial gives rise to the glomeruli. Glomeruli is gives rise to the afferent arterioles. Afferent arterioles. Next one PCT. Next one Henle's loop. Next one DCT. Next one collecting duct. It's coming to the next one. Malfusion tubules. Malfusion tubules. The malfusion tubules are the malfusion tubules are PCT. Okay, first one malfusion tubule. Malfusion tubules means Bowman's capsule plus glomeruli. Next one PCT. Next one DC. It is the nephron situated in the cortex area. Which parts are located in the cortex area? Malfusion tubules, PCT, DCT. Coming to the next one. Loop of Fenil and they are dipped into the medulla. Loop of Fenil, where it is located? Medulla region. The cortex region, where it is, what are the parts are located in the cortex region? Malfusion body, PCT, DCT. Okay, cortex. Loop of Fenil located in the medulla region. The majority of the nephrons, loop of Fenil is very short, extended only little part into the medulla. Such nephrons are called as the cortical nephrons. In some of the nephrons, loop of Fenil is very long, run into the medullary nephrons. That is nothing but juxtaglomerular nephrons. There are two types of nephrons are present. One is called as the cortical nephrons. The second nephron is known as the juxtaglomerular nephrons. What is the cortical nephrons and juxtaglomerular nephrons? For example, it is the cortex area. It is the medullary area. Cortex area, medullary area. And the nephrons are classified into the two types: cortical nephrons and medullary nephrons. The maximum loop of Fenil, the maximum part is the short loop of Fenil, and also the maximum part of the nephron is located in the cortex area. Those nephrons are known as the cortical nephrons. The maximum part is located in the maximum part of the nephron is located in the medullary area is known as the, that is loop of Fenil located in the medullary is known as the juxtaglomerular nephrons, juxtamedullary nephrons. See now, it is the Bowman's capsule. This Bowman's capsule again open into the PCT. PCT again consists of the open into the loop of Fenil. The loop of Fenil again consists of the DCT. DCT again consists of the collecting duct. See now, the maximum, it is the afferent. It consists of the glomerular afferent. It is nothing but glomeruli. The maximum area located in the cortex area. That is nothing but cortical nephrons. For example, the maximum part located in the medullary area. So the loop of Fenil is located in the maximum part is located extended into the medullary area. It is again divided into this maximum part is nothing but medullary nephrons. The nephrons are classified into two types. The maximum part is located in the cortex and nothing but cortical nephrons. In the cortical nephrons, vasa recta is absent. Vasa recta is absent. In the medullary nephrons, vasa recta present. Peritubular capillary network is also present. Here peritubular cortical nephrons and what is the difference between the cortical nephrons and medullary nephrons? Medullary nephrons. The maximum. See now. Loop of Enel is short. Here loop of Enel is long. Okay, no. Next one it is vasa recta absent, but the peritubular capillary network present. But here vasa recta present. Next one peritubular capillary networks also present. But that is the main difference between the cortical nephrons and medullary nephrons. Cortical nephrons and medullary. In our body, 85% is the 85% is the cortical nephrons, 15% is the medullary nephrons. 85% is the cortical nephrons, but the 15% is the medullary nephrons. The efferent. Which one? The efferent artery is submitted to the glomerular form. Say, 5 capillary network is known as a renal. That is nothing but peritubular capillary network. First one, heart none. Heart 2, efferent. Efferent to the glomerular. Glomerular to the efferent. Efferent is the peritubular capillary network. Peritubular capillary network formation of the vasa recta. Vasa recta. See now, this peritubular capillary network formation of the minute network of the parallel individual is called as a U-shaped. There is nothing but vasa recta. The vasa recta is absent either it is in the cortical nephrons. In the cortical nephrons, vasa recta is absent. In the medullary nephrons, vasa recta is present. Okay, see now, next one, urine formation. What is the next one? No? Urine formation. Now, the urine formation, what is the main steps in what is the urine formation? Namely, glomerular filtration. First one, the urine, the plasma materials, what are the waste materials present in the blood, their filtration into the glomeruli and Bowman's capsule. Now, this step takes place between the glomeruli of the blood capillary and lumen of the Bowman's capsule. The first step, filtration. Next one, reabsorption. Next one, secretion. That the different parts of the nephron. Different parts of the nephron. Coming to the first one. See now, the first step of the urine formation is nothing but blood is carried out in the glomeruli filtration. On average, 1100 to 1200 blood filtrated into the kidney per minute. It is a roughly 1/5 part of the pumped into the ventricle of the heart per minute. What is the meaning that one? See, at the time of the what is the meaning of the stroke value or cardiac cycles now? At the time of the stroke value, each minute, the left ventricle to the whole body parts, 5 liters of blood is passed into the whole body parts. Out of 5 liter, 25% enter into the 25% enter into the Bowman's capsule. Out of 5 liter, each minute, cardiac output that is nothing but pumped into the each ventricle of the heart. How much blood? 5 liters of blood is passes into the heart too. 5 liters per minute. What is per minute? 5 liters of 5 liters of blood is passed into the whole body parts. Out of 5 liter, 25%. 25% enter into the glomeruli. Glomeruli. Enter into the glomeruli. 25% is in the 5 liters. 1100 to the 1200. 1100 to the 1200 ml per. 1100 to the 1200 ml blood. Out of 1100 1200, what is the percentage of the plasma? Generally percentage of plasma 55% formed elements 45%. 55% in the plasma. Plasma 55%. 55% in the plasma. What is the percentage of plasma? 55% is in the plasma means 11 out of 1100 ml. 55% means 625 ml plasma. What is 50% is plasma, 625. Out of 625, glomerular to the lumen of the Bowman's capsule, how much amount of is filtrated? How much amount is filtrated? 20% is filtrated into the 20% is filtrated. 20% is in the 625. 20% in the 625, that is known as a 125 ml per minute. 125 ml per minute. Per minute 125. Per hour 125 into 60 per hour, and also per day 24. Per hours, per day means 24 hours. It will give rise to the 180 liters of per day. 180 liters per day is produced. Per day is 180 liters per day. See now, the glomerular capillaries is present in the blood is caused to 3 layers. What is the first one? Endothelium of the blood vessel. The glomerular nothing but blood vessel. The inner lining is made up of endothelium. Next one, the epithelium of the Bowman's capsule. The basement membrane of the between the 2 layers. The epithelium cells of the Bowman's capsule consists of the podocyte. And a podocyte is nothing but it is this. The cell size looks like a feet shape. What is the shape? Feet shape. Arranged in the intrinsic manner, they lead into the manuscript called as a filtration slit or slit pores. Blood is filtered, so finally reaches into the membrane to the almost all constituents except the proteins, large proteins, they not pass into the lumen of the Bowman's capsule. It is called as a ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration function. See now, the amount of filtrate into the per kidney glomerular filtration. The rate of glomerular filtration is approximately 120 ml per minute. 180 liters per day. Tomorrow continue this one. How this intrinsic manners arrangement we can discussing in the tomorrow class.